This is example 2, part 2. We're doing part D. So determine all the zeros of f of x and write f of x in completely factored form. In part C, we found that the x values of our zeros are x equals 4/3 and -2 and plus minus 1.414214. And so we're going to use these very easy to write ones to divide out from our fraction here to write it in completely factored form. So I'm going to use -2 first. It actually doesn't matter which way you do it. So we're going to use synthetic division, and we're going to divide out -2. And up here, I'm going to write all the coefficients of our function. So here we have 3, we have 2, we have -14, we have -4, and we have +16. So we bring down the first number here. This is going to be 3. 3 times -2 is -6. We're going to write that here. We're going to add these two numbers. 2 plus -6 is going to give us -4. Then whatever number is here, we're going to multiply it by our number here. So -4 times -2 is +8. And then going on and on, -14 plus 8 is -6. -6 times -2 is +12. 12 minus 4 gives us 8. 8 times -2 is -16. And 16 minus 16 is 0. And so we have confirmation that this is a 0 because we have 0 as a remainder. So this means that we can rewrite our f of x up here as such. Now that we've divided out a 0, this is x plus 2. So this would be the x is -2. If we put this is equal to 0, we get x is equal to -2. That's why the signs are changed. Times what is left. So we took out an x, so this is going to start with 3x to the third power. Minus 4x squared minus 6x plus 8, using these coefficients here that we got. So this is what we're actually doing. We're taking out x plus 2 from our function here, and then we got this as a remainder essentially. So we can actually continuously divide out numbers, zeros. We got x plus 2 times this is the same thing as this, so we can take this and split it up and divide and such and so on. So we're going to take this number and we're going to use our other 0 that we had that was really nice, which was 4/3. And we're going to divide this polynomial here by 4/3. So doing that here, I'm going to write what our polynomial was. So we're going to divide by 4/3. And what was left here, this polynomial here, we have 3, -4, -6, and 8 as our coefficients. So you have 3, -4, -6, and 8. We're going to divide out 4/3. Take down the 3. 3 times 4/3 is 4. -4 plus 4 is 0. 0 times 4/3 is 0. -6 plus 0 is -6. And then we have -6 times 4/3, which is -8. -8 minus 8, 8 minus 8 is 0. So we have confirmation that 4/3 is in fact a 0. And so we can rewrite f of x as x plus 2, which was a 0 we took out first. And now we took out x is 4/3, so that would be x minus 4/3. And then what we're left with here, this is going to be 3x squared. We took out 2 x's, and we started with 4 x's, so we know that we are left with x squared plus 0x minus 6. So now that we can do that, we can actually just factor this portion right here. We have 3x squared minus 6 is equal to 0. We can add 6 to both sides. So this would be 3x squared is equal to 6. Divide by 3, we get x squared is equal to 2. And then square rooting both sides, we get a plus minus when we take a square root. So this is x is equal to positive negative square root of 2. And if you actually put square root of 2 into a calculator, you'll find that it is 1.41414. It's an irrational number. And so we know that our graph was correct. We just wanted to find out what this was in an easier way to write. So we know that we can rewrite f of x. So I'm just going to rewrite right here as in completely factored form as x plus 2 times x minus 4/3. And then continuing down here, I've kind of run out of space. And x minus square root of 2 times x plus square root of 2. So this right here is the completely factored form. And our zeros are x is equal to negative 2, positive 4/3, and positive and negative square root of 2.